The 8th track, Pi, is like stepping into the mind of J. Cole, Ab-Soul and Daylyt, where mathematics meets metaphors and every bar hits harder than a AFKin sledgehammer. If you don't know what these guys are talking about, sit tight, cause it's about to get deep. First off, the title Pi isn't some basic reference. Pi is a mathematical constant, a number that never ends, never repeats, a symbol for infinity and the cyclical nature of life. The concept of Pi might not be directly referenced in the lyrics, but the infinite patterns are what these rappers dive into, loops of life, wisdom, and struggles that just keep circling back. They take that mathematical precision and apply it to their rhymes, where every verse keeps you coming back for more. And that sample, that's from Kebmo's Rainmaker, a track dripping with soul, which sets the tone for the track's introspective vibe. Daylyt kicks things off with some deep imagery.
Is it a room full of mirrors or a room full of Motown? I don't know.
Daylyt is part of a collective called A Room Full of Mirrors, a reference to introspection, reflection, and perception. Mirror shows you your reflection, but does it really show the truth? And then there's Motown, the legendary label that changed the game for black artists and gave birth to a whole generation of music. So here's the question: do you want to see your reflection, or do you want to create something bigger than yourself? That's what Daylyt is hinting at. He's challenging you to pick between self-reflection or leaving a legacy like Motown.
Shout out to Zordon. If you know, you know.
Okay, this one's for the nerds. Zordon was the mentor to the Power Rangers, the one who assembled the team and gave them their powers. So why shout him out in a rap track? Zordon's role is to bring people together, and that's exactly what's happening on Pi. J. Cole, Ab-Soul and Daylyt come together like the AFKin Power Rangers, uniting their talents to drop lyrical bombs on this track. It's like they're forming a lyrical megazord, where every verse is a different piece of the machine.
Skinny Biggie, lenses tinted, ain't got no lazy eye.
Here Daylyt is making a clear nod to Biggie Smalls, one of hip-hop's gods. Now we all know Biggie had that laid-back, larger-than-life presence, but there's also a subtle jab here. Biggie was known to have a lazy eye. Daylyt flips that by saying he doesn't have one, his vision is sharp, focused, no lazy eye here. He's got his tinted lenses on for a reason. He's seeing the world clearly but through his own perspective. And Ab-Soul? He wears those shades due to an actual medical condition, not just for style.
So I'm a student of Sophia Stewart, the Matrix ain't a lie.
Boom, now this bar hits deep. Sophia Stewart, it's a name a lot of y'all might not know, but she's the black woman who claims she's the real author behind the stories of the Matrix and the Terminator. Think about that for a second. The Matrix isn't just a movie, it's a AFKin metaphor for reality itself. Daylyt saying, yeah, the Matrix is real just like the systems we live in.
Tie an inception when you wake inside this dream.
Now we're in Inception territory. Think about it, dreams within dreams, layers within layers. This verse, Daylyt's waking up inside a dream, navigating the levels of consciousness, just like Leo in Inception. But this bar doesn't stop there.
You a weapon, step in the cipher, know the beef real.
This line is a masterful play on words. You got Cypher from The Matrix, the character who betrayed Neo, sitting down eating steak, talking about how ignorance is bliss. Daylyt's telling you that when he steps into the cipher, it's not just rap, it's real, like that steak, like that beef between artists or in the streets.
Real estate of mind, you need equity, let the beat build.
Ab-Soul's flexing his lyrical muscles here with a double entendre. Real estate, equity, he's talking about the mind, the mental real estate you need to own to make it in the game. But also he's playing on the term home equity, as in building wealth, while also letting the beat build, letting the music construct his empire. Then he flips it further.
Got the job of the Messiah, Ty and Job, we block all devils.
We're deep into the biblical imagery now. Jesus and Job, two of the most faithful figures in the Bible, both facing trials from devils. Ab-Soul saying he's out here doing the Messiah's work, holding it down, blocking out all the evil forces trying to take him off his path. And here's where it gets AFKin. Clever. Ty Cobb and Joe Jackson, two infamous baseball players, had this rep for being devils of the game. Another layer to the line, two men known for their controversy, just like the devils he's blocking.
The homies call me Batman, I'm the African Ben Affleck.
Ab-Soul's taking on the Batman persona here. Not just any Batman, he's Ben Affleck's Batman. Affleck played a more mature, battle-worn version of the Cape Crusader. Ab-Soul's feeling the same way. He's been through the struggle in the darkness. Now he's the AFKin Batman of his circle.
It's training day, don't get your ass cat.
Then drops a Training Day reference. If you've seen the movie, you know Denzel's character, Alonzo, gets taken out in a brutal, cold-blooded way, shot down in the streets. Ab-Soul's warning everyone, don't mess around and get capped like Alonzo. This is real life, not a movie.
See what they told Malcolm X to do with his hands? That shit was out of pocket.
Daylyt takes us back to the tragic moment Malcolm X was killed. His assassins yelled, "Get your hands out of my pocket," right before gunning him down with a sawed-off shotgun. But Daylyt, as always, has layers to this bar. Out of pocket refers not just to the literal act, but also to how Malcolm X's killers went too far, crossing a line that shouldn't have been crossed. And here's the kicker.
Picked up shotguns that came in handy, wasn't no plan B.
Tying in the concept of Plan B, the emergency contraceptive pill, with the deadly confrontation Malcolm X faced. No Plan B, no backup, just straight survival mode.
Shells falling like Nephilim.
The Nephilim were described in the Bible as the fallen ones, giants who once walked the earth. Daylyt flips this, comparing the falling shells bullets to the Nephilim, giants brought down to their knees. This imagery creates a powerful connection between divine beings falling from grace and the harsh realities of life in the streets.
Gilgamesh, who could f with him?
Ab-Soul then ties in Gilgamesh, one of the oldest recorded gods, part man, part god, a fin beast. He's saying no one can FK with him. He's operating on that ancient, godlike level.
Piece of the pie edge, we gon' crumble them. 314 on a guy head when we rumble them.
This is the punchline of the track. They're talking about protecting their piece of the pie, a metaphor for their share of success. But Daylyt ties it all back to Pi 3.14, saying anyone who tries to take a piece of what's his is gonna crumble. It's a direct callback to the track's title, and it hits like a F-kin hammer. They end with a shot at Loaded Lux, one of the best battle rappers out there, saying when they rumble, 314 pi is on the line, a calculated approach to the art of war.
Praying hands for the land where they spraying pellets and
Here J. Cole is calling attention to the violence that affects marginalized communities, whether it's from police brutality or inner-city gun violence. The imagery of spraying pellets likely refers to rubber bullets or gunshots, while angelic being symbolizes those who have lost their lives. This is both a literal and metaphorical release from a hellish hole, which Cole uses to describe the oppressive and brutal conditions of the hood.
the weather's cold from jealous souls that fan fellas.
In this line, Cole paints a picture of a bleak environment both physically and emotionally, where envy and resentment lead to violence. Cold weather represents the chill of death and betrayal.
I dance as well as Chris Breezy when the bullets start straying careless.
J. Cole vividly captures the survival instinct of living in a dangerous environment. Just like Chris Brown effortlessly dances with precise and fluid movements, Cole is saying he had to dance around stray bullets in his upbringing, dodging death with every move. Chris Breezy's choreography in fast-paced music videos like Party is the perfect visual representation of this agility.
Seen plenty bodies trembling, resembling Cam Reddish, so full of potential but never given a real chance to develop.
Cole masterfully uses Cam Reddish, the young NBA player, as a metaphor for lives cut short in the hood. Cam Reddish entered the league with immense potential but faced obstacles like injuries and team decisions that stifled his growth, similar to how many people in marginalized communities never get the chance to fulfill their potential.
His album dropped, it was trash, I literally.
Now, this line could be another subtle jab at Kendrick Lamar. Cole has previously criticized Lamar's Mr. Morale the Big Steppers, calling it tragic on the diss track 7-Minute Drill. This might be a continuation of that feud, throwing shade at Kendrick's recent work, while subtly referencing Drake's Churchill Downs bar.
Man, you niggas drop trash, you littering. Demon, that demeanor.
This line tackles two major topics: fake internet personas and cancel culture. Cole is calling out someone who fronts as a gangster on Instagram, likening them to a transgender man, implying that beneath the surface, they're still soft or cowardly. This line is provocative and will likely stir up controversy. However, it's also Cole wrestling with the current climate of cancel culture and how identity politics intersect with authenticity.
I wonder will my friends make it past the pearly gates so we could kick it, but based on what their sins say, probably not.
In this bar, Cole is reflecting on his own morality and that of his friends. He wants to reconnect with them in heaven but doubts it because of their past mistake. There's a clever wordplay here on sensei and sensei, suggesting that their life choices might keep them out of paradise.
The top right now, I'm home alone, Macaulay Cop.
Cole references two popular movies here, Home Alone and Jumanji. He compares his isolation at the top of the rap game to Kevin McAllister's solitude in Home Alone. Then he shifts to referencing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's role in Jumanji, emphasizing how his reputation in the rap game is as solid as The Rock's action hero status.
But it's hard to meet my match when my raps ain't really that tender.
Here Cole uses clever wordplay with the dating app Tinder, implying that it's tough for him to find competition in the rap game because his lyrics are anything but tender. They're hard-hitting, tough and unmatchable.
Well, now please hold your L like you guarding Philly's young center.
This line references Joel Embiid, the dominant center for the Philadelphia 76ers. Cole is saying that anyone who tries to challenge him, whether in rap or life, will catch an L loss, just like trying to guard the unstoppable Embiid. Production on Pi is as smooth as it is intricate. A sample from Kebmo's 1980 track Rainmaker gives the beat a nostalgic, soulful vibe, layered over with crisp drums and a minimalist melody. It's the kind of beat that lets the bars breathe, where every kick and snare punctuates the lyrics. Alchemist's hands on the production show the balance of raw, underground grit with a polished sound. This is exactly the type of production you want when you've got rappers like Cole, Ab-Soul and Daylyt. There's no need to overcrowd the beat, just let the words speak for themselves. That's it for our breakdown of Pies by J. Cole featuring Ab-Soul and Daylyt. This track is loaded with layers. Stealth Mode, the 9th track from J. Cole's latest project, I Delete Later. This collaboration exemplifies their signature style, filled with introspection, sharp metaphors, and a touch of bravado. Let's break down the bars and the layers beneath them.
Love talking a whole lot of bullshit and calling it guidance.
Right out of the gate, Boss sets the tone. He's calling out the bullshit, the unsolicited advice, and empty chatter from people disconnected from the struggle. It's a reminder that not all guidance is worth following, especially from those who don't walk the same path.
We don't do sparklers, we get specific instructions to bring out the bottles of stealth mode.
Here Cole and Boss reflect on how they prefer to celebrate quietly, discreetly, and without unnecessary fanfare. Stealth mode signifies caution. In a world where threats can emerge unexpectedly, even in celebration, it's about keeping your circle tight and your moves calculated.
What I'm hearing is rats in the building, they saying it's not at the part with the hell code.
Cole's metaphor has layers. On one hand, it's about the literal health hazards of rats. On another, he's referring to the paparazzi, those rats who twist narratives and invade privacy, often leading to a toxic environment. And let's not forget the snitches, those who betray their crew, potentially endangering lives and livelihoods. In a world where trust is a rare commodity, these bars hit hard.
I've been considering extending an olive branch, building bridges with that burn them.
This line reflects on reconciliation, perhaps hinting at past feuds. Could this be a nod to Kendrick? Their history runs deep, and this acknowledgement might signify growth. It's a call for unity, even with those who've wronged him in the past.
Wish I could've said goodbye, even now I might cry while writing this poem to sing.
Here, J. Cole reveals vulnerability. This line likely pertains to someone close to him, possibly a friend or collaborator named Loss. It's a poignant reminder of the impact of lost connections and the emotional weight carried by unresolved conflicts.
Look how I got cut from the team, I own the team.
This line is a powerful testament to resilience. J. Cole has long intertwined his love for basketball with his journey in music. A reference to being cut from the team, only to become a part owner of the Charlotte Hornets, embodies the spirit of overcoming adversity. It's a narrative of growth where past failures can lead to monumental successes. Stealth Mode is more than just a track, it's a reflection on life, resilience, and the complexities of relationships in the spotlight. J. Cole and Bass deliver powerful narratives while maintaining that signature flow we love. This song serves not only as a powerful reflection on our current state of affairs, but also as a poignant message for future generations, those who might be listening almost a millennium from now. Let's dissect the bars and uncover the layers of meaning woven throughout this track. Cole opens with a straightforward yet profound question about materialism. What's the point of excess? This line encapsulates a sense of practicality and simplicity, urging listeners to rethink the value placed on possessions. In a world obsessed with status symbols, J. Cole advocates for a grounded perspective. Here, J. Cole metaphorically addresses his future audience, expressing confidence in the enduring relevance of his music. He sets the tone for the rest of the track, highlighting his concerns about the state of the world and hinting at a collective hope or improvement. It's a call to action, reminding us that the issues we face today are likely to echo through the ages. Cole reflects on the chaos he observes around him. This line resonates with a sense of urgency, suggesting that despite the passage of time, fundamental issues, inequality, injustice, strife persist. He knows his future listeners will understand this struggle as it's universal and timeless. In a clever play on words, Cole's chicken refers to both money and a jab at Kendrick Lamar. It's aggressive yet humorous, underscoring his determination to succeed in a ruthless industry. J. Cole's confidence shines through as he establishes himself as a dominant force in hip-hop.
Since riding a bike, all that I ever knew was beef and strife.
Here, J. Cole reminisces about riding bikes in Manhattan, a metaphor for staying grounded and connected to everyday life. It's a subtle reminder that despite his fame, he refuses to lose touch with the reality of the average person. It's this relatability that endears him to fans.
My recent text, how much you think? Decent guess.
Cole plays the idea of wealth and success here. It's a clever nod to his success, while still maintaining a sense of humility and mystery about his earnings.
They grow more eager, Cole. Who you gonna kill on a feature next?
Cole's reputation as the feature king is on full display. Fans expect him to outshine his collaborators, and this line shows his confidence in his craft. It's a playful acknowledgement of the pressure he faces to maintain his position at the top.
Thought I used super glue. How this gun stick to my hand?
Cole uses hyperbole here to illustrate the grip of violence in his life. While he acknowledges the reality of gun culture, he quickly follows up with a note that he doesn't carry firearms, it's more about the image and the storytelling. It's a critique of the glamorization of violence in hip-hop.
I'm finna burn him, dawg. Bring me that earning.
This line carries a heavy metaphor about obliterating his competition. Reference to cremation underscores his fierce competitiveness, while the wordplay with Ern and Bert and Ernie adds a layer of cleverness to his aggressive stance. It's dark humor at its finest.
I saw a near-long quote, I would've poked that with my heart cold.
Cole reminisces about his past infatuation with actress Nia Long, reflecting on maturity and missed opportunities. The acknowledgement of his younger self's desire juxtaposed with his current marital status shows growth and respect for relationships.
Give it 3 or 4 strokes, then I'm on to the next, like a par 4.
Cole employs golf as a metaphor for his sexual exploits. This clever wordplay paints a picture of casual relationships while keeping it light and humorous, showcasing his ability to blend innuendo with playful lyricism.
With a sick flow, y'all ass jigger, how much did the kid gross for that label?
This line highlights Cole's historical significance at Rock Nation. He's proud of his accomplishments while remaining aware of the sacrifices made. Gratitude is palpable, acknowledging the complexities of the music business and his journey to success.
Keeping my dick in my britches, y'all get to the view. Me, I'ma get to this money and split with the missus.
Cole emphasizes loyalty to his wife in a world filled with temptations. It's a declaration of commitment that stands in stark contrast to the hedonistic lifestyle often glorified in hip-hop. It's refreshing and underscores his growth as a man. 3001 is more than just a track. It's a profound commentary on the human experience, societal flaws, and the enduring nature of music. J. Cole masterfully blends personal reflections with universal themes, making this song a timeless piece of art.